Piltdown Man. Written by Radala Aranya, Benjamin Turner, Minahil Syed, Kashika Sudharan, Gabi Ivanov, Minahil Syed, Annilea Purser, Rashmi Jamil, Ghulam Aisha, Rosie Costin, Pedro Parano Gelagos, Sabrine Jones. Golden Meteorite Press, 2021. Narrated by Carson Scott. 9. In popular culture, Pedro Parano Gallegos. Introduction. Despite dating from almost a century ago, the discovery of the Piltdown Man continues to be a topic of interest to the scientific community and in popular culture. The Piltdown Man has become the poster child for scientific mysteries that have been debunked as science and technology have developed. In fact, it wasn't until the 1950s that advances in technology allowed for advanced forensic studies that led to the revelation of the identity of the investigators of the complicated hoax. The case of the Piltdown Man has become so famous that it has been used by religious groups to attack the validity of the theory of evolution, and thus as a defense of creationism. In recent years, it has also been the subject of multiple YouTube videos explaining evolution, some with over 1 million views. In spite of the passage of time, this symbol of scientific deception continues to fascinate people. Because of the popularity of this anecdote in scientific history, the Piltdown Man is gradually becoming a symbol of the limitations of science and of scientists. The notoriety of this case has led to Piltdown Man being used idiomatically in scientific articles and colloquial articles alike in order to describe a failed scientific discovery. Its use has even extended into popular culture, where the Piltdown Man can be found in music, television, and even comic strips. In this chapter, we will explore how this hoax drew people in and became a symbol of the mistakes made by the scientific community to the point of being used by religious organizations and becoming a popular idiom. A captivating unresolved mystery. The hoax of the Piltdown Man was exposed in 1953 by Weiner, LeGros Clark, and Oakley, 2015. That being said, this discovery did not solve all of the mysteries behind the forgery. The identities of the perpetrators of the hoax, as well as of the mastermind behind it, remained unknown. This was not the only mystery, however. As new pieces were added to the puzzle, more questions arose and the mystery became more complex. Many wondered why the perpetrators had chosen the materials that they used, and why they chose to plant it where they did, for example. Many of the questions are still up for debate, and the mystery of the Piltdown Man has been very much in the public eye, even more than 50 years after the general consensus emerged that the Piltdown Man was, in fact, a hoax. It was not until 2003 that Charles Dawson, the British amateur archaeologist who claimed the discovery of the fossil, was confirmed to have been the mastermind behind the forgery. Bowden, 2005. This revelation generated considerable media attention and public interest, especially among amateur scientists and historians. In order to uncover the fraud, specialists use modern technologies to compare the techniques used by Charles Dawson in the case of the Piltdown Man and in several other forgeries known to have been orchestrated by him. This discovery was strategically revealed to be public on the 50th anniversary of the discovery of the hoax. The Natural History Museum in London even held an exhibition in November 2003 presenting a complete analysis of the Piltdown Man and the methods used to create the forgery, which captured the attention of the public. In spite of the revelation of the forger of the Piltdown Man, many questions remained unanswered about the famous hoax, and the public was more eager for information than ever. Many wondered whether or not Charles Dawson had acted alone or with the help of accomplices, and if he acted with the help of others, who they were and how many there might have been. In 2012, the studies began to suggest that Charles Dawson did not act alone. The general public followed the development of the mystery with great interest, despite the fact that it had been ongoing for over 100 years. A story in the BBC News explained to the public how using modern forensic technology, specialists would be able to confirm how many accomplices were involved in the forgery. British Broadcasting Company, 2012. They looked for fingerprints on the skull, as well as for differences in the techniques and chemical elements used to produce the forged fossil that could potentially indicate the involvement of several individuals. The publication of several influential papers that year, such as The 100-Year Mystery of Piltdown Man, Stringer C. 2012, demonstrate the growing interest
Sample complete. Ready to continue?